Hello, welcome to another Frontiers of Pandora video walkthrough. This video walkthrough is a bit different than my previous walkthroughs where I'm actually trying to find something hidden, such as a bell sprig, or I've taken on a quest, or decide to shut down a facility. In this video we want to talk about crafting. I've avoided crafting for most of this game, but I finally got to the point where it became obvious that I needed to craft some items. And I needed to craft a better strongbow, and then I also had a chest piece that I wanted to craft. And I've found some tips and ways to make this easier for you, so I thought I would walk you through this process. So we're going to assume that what we want to craft today is our new chest piece that I got a design for, and you can find your designs in Journal, Designs, and it shows you the things that you can craft. In this case, we want to do the Sarentu Chest Guard, and we need some moss, a tooth, and bark to do that with. I actually have all those things right now because in order to make this video, I actually went out and found them just to make the overall process a bit easier for you to follow and to be successful at. Having done that and seen the design that I need, the next thing to actually find the items themselves, I need to go to the crafting table, look at my chest guard designs, and then it will show you what you need here as well. So we need a secondary item, some type of bark. We need a secondary material of a tooth, and we need the primary material of moss. To find out where they are now, we have to go to yet another screen, having written down what it is that we needed. Basically, what we need is the bark, a tooth, and moss. We want to go back into our hunter's guide. Hopefully you found some of the, you wandered by all of these things you typically have. We're going to go down into materials, and in this case let's start at the top with bark and choose a bark. I looked at where these were located and decided that the one that would be the easiest or the most fun to get a hold of is the Stairfoot Bark. I opened that entry, and it tells me where it is found. I recommend that you go for the rarer ones because the higher the level, the exquisite level of the items get you the strongest crafted item. Having seen where this is, I write down where it is and where I want to get to it. And the next thing I want to do is deal with this pinning, which you may or may not have known. Up in your right hand corner, you have three little bubbles where you can pin a material so that as you're searching around the environment, it will highlight it, and I'll show you what that looks like. So what you want to do is pin it up here. I typically keep my sulfur pods and my acrid pods highlighted so that as I'm wandering around these, I use to craft my special weapons for my bows and slings and arrows, etc. So we want to take these out because we got three items. We can only keep three items in here, and now all we want to do is pin that up there. Having done that, next let's take a look at teeth. And we wanted to get a Viperwolf tooth. Look at where that's located. It is all, this is found in the Great Roots biome as well. We want to go ahead and pin it. And then finally, let's take a look at the moss that we need. Moss, moss, moss. There's moss. And I decided to go for the Skyrock moss because it had a good name. Open the entry. We see that we want to also get it from the floating mountains. And we can go ahead and pin it here. So now we have our three items in our top search bar over there in the upper right corner, so that whenever we search around it will highlight them differently and we'll show what that looks like. Now the next thing we want to know is to figure out where it is that we want to travel to. And now we go to our map. And we want to be able to show biomes so we can find the items that we're looking for. In this case, we do want to come down in this area, which is the board we started with, and we want to find the, start out with the clear skies. We want to find the Great Roots biome. Said it's over here near the archway. And here's the Wild Vines biome. And here is, where'd I go? There we go, Wild Vines biome. Rainforest biome. Oh, something else I was searching for over there. My bad. Okay, where did I leave it? Now what I did is I left a marker so I could find this easier. And obviously I'm not finding it. Oh, down. Here we go. Here's the Great Roots biome. Zoom in and we see that there is a fast travel location here. And I dropped a marker, dropped the marker down there. It says edit custom marker. Hit that button, which in my case is Y. And then I can drop a custom marker so I can find it more easily. And so I dropped this blue leaf. And there's two of the items, both the bark and the tooth can be found in this biome. Next we wanted to go into the Skyrocks, which is part Skywoods biome. So I left a mark up here on the rocks so we can find it more easily. And we also have a fast travel point here that we can get to there and fly up to these rocks to start with. Now subsequently I did some searching and I found areas to find these with, and we will travel to those to show you how we then have to just wander around. We were over in this area. Where did the biome go? Back down again. Up here is where we're going to head. So we're going to fast travel to the High Peak Lab because that is part of the Great Roots biome. Fast travel there. And now unfortunately what you need to do once you get into this area, excuse me while I eat some food. Alright, we have some energy now. So now we've entered into this area. We just need to search around until such a time as we come upon the item we're looking for. So we want to look for the bark first. I've already found it here, so it's simply going to, what I typically do is set myself a marker so that I can wander through the area and going in a certain direction. Otherwise, I tend to get lost. You can do this on horseback. You can do this while flying. It depends on what your style is. Not sure why. What happened to... I did not get rescued by mine. Where'd you go? What are you doing up there? Anyway, you're supposed to help me get down. Anyway, I fell down, but got enough strength I survived it. So as you can see, we look at the map and we can see that we are on the edge of this biome, heading into it. And what we need to find is the Stairfoot trees, which have big roots. Thank you for coming to join me.
Good to see you, Fury.
So,
Woohoo!
again, you can search and you can see that right down below us, there are some Viperwolves. And their trail is marked, or anything that you're searching for that's in your highlighted search area shows up as yellow as opposed to the purple. You can see things that were not in our fast search are purple, and these Viper Wolves are in yellow. Now we don't want these Viper Wolves because they're youth. They're not going to give us the highest level. We need some adults. But we'll get back to them in a moment. So what we want to do now is to head over this way, searching as we go, looking for the root system that holds the bark that we need. I'm just searching. You see that we can search in air, we can search on horseback. Oh, and right here we go. That's just for the, let's land. Oh, we actually got to where we want to be. Land. This one's a little bit harder to find. So you can see there's a Stairfoot tree. It is showing up in blue because we're not actually looking for the tree, we're looking for the bark. And so if you're looking for this one specifically, you need to find these giant rooted trees. If you look up in the tree, you can see their highlight in yellow, and it stays highlighted, the bark that's there. So we had to climb up into there, which this, again, is a little bit harder one to find, barks. Because you actually have to climb the tree. Here's a better route. And climbing this tree involves climbing the mushroom growths, inspect it, and you notice it tells you about the tree and not the bark itself, but you just know that because it's been highlighted, this is the bark that I need. Where did that bark go? Yeah, and this one is more fun to search for than the others. That may be because I've already found that one. But you got the method. Really wanted to find one for you. Let's look for some more. Obviously, this tree doesn't want to give us any. Let's go down. There's just some right there. But it won't let us harvest it. That happens sometimes. I'm not sure why. So we're going to look for trees with big roots, with ferns growing out of the side of them. There's a people down there. There's a mature Viperwolf. That's what we want to do as well. Let's find them. Keep in mind that if you're going after an animal, you need to use your bow and not your enhanced arrows. Look at those guys go. So that's the methodology. You can see here that we have found our Viper Wolves that we want to hunt. They decide to show up and attack us. We have found at least one of the trees that did not have the bark on it. Let's see, I wander around. Where do these guys go? The trail has gone cold, it appears. But again, you can see the trail they've left. It's marked in yellow. It stays marked in yellow after we leave since it's on our high priority list. There they are. There's one more out here somewhere. Oh, he's taken off. So we can gather from...
Thank you for these gifts.
And these are superior. One of the three would be the exquisite. And there's the exquisite. While we were up there, I noticed another tree over this way. Just wanted to get you a Temple of the Moss. More wolves over there. We don't need you guys right now. I think there's some bark over that way. Not. Foraging bark is a little bit tougher. Tend to step back and find it. But the bark will be in these trees up there. That happens to be right near the Viperwolves. Got the same one we were at before. Let's go check out the piece of bark right there. As you can see it highlighted right there. There's the bark. It's probably the same tree. There's gather. So let's gather it. Gathering means hitting your right trigger to pull it, hitting your left trigger or the left arrow, left joystick to move around with it, and then pulling it out. Ah, this was the best we could get. And you can see that is exquisite. Doesn't have to do with how well you harvest it. It has to do with where it's located. And you can see we sort of wandered away from where my mark is to find some more of them. That's what foraging is about for that. So let's go ahead to our rising rocks. And look for our moss. Let's go ahead and fast travel here. And we want to get up there. So I started my foraging here, and I actually found it on this one over there. So let's go ahead and set us a mark. Car our Akron up. There you go. Doesn't like to land near us. Do I need any of these guys? No. This is flying up. And yes, you can fly up that high. I think we're high enough now. Moss was easier to get a hold of. But again, what I did is I flew from rock to rock. Let's land. Okay, we want to go down this far. Let's go back up. And there you can see some moss has been highlighted. We did this, we had to get up to it without falling off this rock. Okay, let's start again. Maybe there's some over here. No. Oh, there we go. As you can see, when we search, it highlights in yellow and stays highlighted in yellow. Moss grows on the side of trees. There's my Skyrock moss. Again, the right trigger pulls out a little bit, pull it gently. Use your left joystick to find out where you need to pull it off with. And we pull off the moss. And this is exquisite moss. I'm actually going to donate these back to my favorite clan and get some clan points about it. So now all I need to do to actually is go to, there's a sanctuary, crafting table and a community basket. Fast travel to any crafting table that you want. Choose your design. What you want to do is make sure you put the good items in there. We've got some new ones, so we put in our highest level of each of the items. There's our tooth. And there's our Stairfoot Bark. I can now craft it. Don't need to because I already have one. The strength of it depends on how good the items are that you put into it. So the better that you harvest them, the slightly better they get. But going with the exquisites definitely gets you up to the highest level. So we would get a 100.
You are courting trouble.
We'll go ahead and craft it. It's been crafted. And all that we need to do now is to go to my character. Current one is 90, so I did a little bit better harvesting. So rather than 98, I have a 100. Let's go ahead and put it on. Every little bit of defense helps. So anyway, that's a very long-winded, not necessarily greatly targeted video to show you about the foraging. And the reason why it isn't any fun is because foraging is a bit tedious, but you will have to learn to do it. And this is, to me, the best way of getting it done, where I've had the most success. So I hope this helps you, especially if you want to get this chest guard that is a reward as a craft and not as an actual item. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you're at the end of this, thanks for sticking around and watching the whole thing. Go ahead and drop me any comments about what you think of this type of video, if this one actually helped you or not, and we will catch you on a more targeted video in the very near future. Thanks for watching.